Hello everyone. In the last session, we studied about the mechanism of radical chain polymerization. In this session, let us study the kinetics. In order to derive the rate equation, so we need to write the rate equation for each steps involved in the radical chain polymerization. So what are the steps involved in radical chain polymerization? You have studied in the last session. So the steps are initiation, propagation and termination, right? So we are going to write the rate equation for each step, and then we are going to combine all the equations to get a final rate equation. So that's all the derivation involved. Let us understand it in detail. The first step, that is initiation. What happens in initiation? Here the initiator molecule undergoes homolytic decomposition to give the free radicals, right? And the reaction is represented like this. Here the Kd is the initiator decomposition rate constant. So the rate of decomposition of the initiator is given by minus di by dt is equal to Rd, which is equal to 2 into Kd into molar concentration of I. Here we have used minus di by dt. Why minus is used? Because initiator is the reactant, right? So we are going to write the rate equation with respect to reactant. Whenever we are writing the rate equation with respect to reactant, we always use negative sign, because the concentration of reactant goes on decreasing as the reaction proceeds, right? The reactant gets consumed, that is why. So this rate of change of initiator concentration will be equal to 2 into Kd into molar concentration of initiator. So why this 2 factor of 2 is used here means a molecule of initiator decomposes to give a pair of radicals. That is why we use 2 here. Yes. Then what happens? The free radical produced here attacks the monomer molecule in order to give a new free radical as shown in this reaction, right? Yes. Here M is the monomer and Ki is the initiation rate constant. So the rate of initiation is given by minus dm by dt, that is rate of change of monomer concentration, which is equal to Ki into molar concentration of R dot, that is free radical concentration, into molar concentration of M, that is monomer. So in this equation you can observe that the rate of initiation is proportional to the concentration of free radical as well as the concentration of monomer. Then the free radicals are highly reactive, you know that. They are highly unstable, isn't it? So as soon as they are formed, they get reacted. That is why we can assume that the rate of formation of free radicals is equal to the rate of disappearance. So what we can write? Ri is equal to Rd, that is rate of initiation will be equal to rate of decomposition. So we can write the rate of initiation in terms of Kd like this, that is Ri, which is equal to 2 into Kd into molar concentration of I. So this equation holds good only when all the free radicals generated will initiate the chain, but in reality that is not so. The radicals obtained may get lost by collision with some other molecule, or they may get lost due to the formation of side products. That is why only certain fraction of radicals are effective in initiating the chain growth. Because of this reason, we are going to introduce a factor called F, that is the efficiency factor. So this gives the fraction of effective radicals which initiates the chain. Fine. Therefore, the rate of initiation equation is modified like this. That is, we are going to introduce this efficiency factor F. Fine. Ri will be equal to 2F Kd into molar concentration of initiator. So call this as equation number 1. Fine. Then the second step, it is propagation. You know that what happens in propagation. So here the successive addition of monomer molecules takes place, right? The chain gets lengthened during this process. So the propagation reactions are represented like this. See here, the monomers are getting consumed. So if n monomers are consumed, we get a longer chain, that is Rm n plus 2 m dot. So this is how the chain propagates, and the rate constant of these reactions is represented as Kp, that is the propagation rate constant, and the rate of propagation, that is Rp, is given by minus dm by dt, that is rate of change of monomer concentration, is equal to the Rp, which is equal to Kp into molar concentration of m dot. M dot means it is the concentration of growing chain, right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ Rm dot, growing chain the concentration m dot. So ಇಷ್ಟುದ್ದ chain ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರ ಬದಲು we are writing it as m dot, that's all, into concentration of monomer. So call this as equation number 2. Then the final step, it is termination. Here the chain growth stops, you know that. If the termination occurs by coupling, what happens there? So the two growing chains will collide with each other, and the unpaired electron present in them gets paired up to form a polymer, right? It is represented like this. See here, this is one growing chain and this is the another growing chain, and when these two collide, they form a dead polymer. So why we call it as dead chain or dead polymer? This chain no longer contains the active site, isn't it? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ free radical site ಇಲ್ಲ. Therefore this cannot proceed further. So polymerization continue ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. That is why we call it as dead polymer, and this is the termination. The chain gets terminated here, and Kt is the termination rate constant. So the rate equation for the termination process is given by minus dm dot by dt, right, which is equal to RT, which is equal to 2 into KT into m dot square. M dot means, so this concentration of growing chains. So here rate of change of concentration of growing chains we are considering, right. Call this as equation number 3. Then what is next? So we have to combine these equations to get the final equation. So how to do that? So with the help of steady state approximation, what we can assume, rate of initiation will be equal to rate of termination, that is Ri will be equal to RT. So Ri equation yadu, equation number 1, RT equation number 3. So we are equating that 1 and 3. So you will get the expression for m dot, that is concentration of growing chain. Fine. M dot will be equal to Kd into F into molar concentration of I divided by Kt whole to the power of half. Fine. So call this as equation number 4. Then from equation 2, that is rate of propagation equation barkondidvalla, from that we can get the value of m dot, concentration of molar concentration of m dot as Rp is equal to, m dot is equal to Rp divided by Kp into molar concentration of m. So let us substitute this value of m dot in equation 4. So what we will get, we are going to get this equation, and finally if we write this equation for Rp, so transfer this to the other side, you will get this final equation. Why we did all these manipulations or rearrangements means, so this m dot, that is concentration of growing chain, is not easy to determine, but we can determine the, or we know the concentration of m and I easily, isn't it? That is why unknown ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಯಾವುದು ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ. That is why we do all these manipulations. So from this equation we can understand that the rate of polymerization or rate of polymer formation will be proportional to the first power of monomer concentration and to the square root of initiator concentration ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Okay, right. Then now the next concept, it is kinetic chain length. It is given by nu. So what is this kinetic chain length? It is the average number of monomer molecules consumed by each effective free radical generated by the initiator. That means ಒಂದು R dot generate ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, effective free radical, how many monomer molecules it consumes till termination, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಚೈನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ gives the number of monomer molecules added to the growing chain from its initiation to up to termination. ಸೊ ಈ ಆರ್ ಡಾಟ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೊನೊಮರ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಎಮ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ದೆನ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಮೊನೊಮರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಮ್ ಡಾಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಆರ್ ಎಮ್. Likewise, it consumes some more monomer units. So these number of monomer molecules will give the kinetic chain length. Mathematically, it is given by nu is equal to the ratio of rate of propagation by rate of initiation, which is also equal to the ratio of rate of propagation by rate of termination. Fine. Yes. Then, so let us substitute the values of Rp and Ri from equation 5 and equation 1 in this equation. So on substituting and simplifying, we will get this final equation for the kinetic chain length. Fine. Now let us know the relationship between kinetic chain length and degree of polymerization. What is this degree of polymerization? You know that it is the number of monomer units present in a given polymer chain, right? So the kinetic chain length gives the number of monomer molecules present in a growing chain at the time of termination. Okay, ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊನೊಮರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಚೈನ್ ಲೆಂತ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾಲಿಮರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊನೊಮರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ದ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಲಿಮರೈಸೇಷನ್. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ the average degree of polymerization, that is dp bar, can be correlated with the kinetic chain length as dp bar will be equal to 2 nu, that is twice the kinetic chain length when termination occurs by coupling. Why it is so? Let us see. So for example, if the termination occurs by coupling, what happens? Consider two growing chains. So like this, the growing chain anta ankolana, its kinetic chain length will be nu, and the another growing chain, so its kinetic chain length will be nu. When these two growing chains undergo termination by coupling, what happens? They form a bond, sigma bond, like this. So this is how we will get. Fine. So when these two collide with each other and couples, they give a dead chain like this, and the chain length gets doubled alva. So chain length enaitu twice increase aitu, that is why it becomes 2 nu. So what we can conclude? dp bar, that is degree of polymerization, will be equal to 2 nu when the termination occurs by coupling, right? Yes. Then if the termination occurs by disproportionation, then what happens? The dp bar will be equal to nu. You know that in disproportionation, what happens? There will be two growing chains like this. So this unpaired electron abstracts an hydrogen from this growing chain and gives a polymer chain like this, and the unpaired electron remained in this forms a pi bond and forms a polymer chain like this. So it gives two polymer chains of same chain length, ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಚೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. therefore the kinetic chain length nu remains the same. So the degree of polymerization will be equal to the kinetic chain length. That is why dP bar will be equal to nu. Fine. So this is all about the kinetics of radical chain polymerization. Thank you.